You're listening to the Second Opinion Podcast. This podcast is rated M for mature for crude language. Parental discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Second Opinion Podcast, episode 173. I'm here with my partner in crime, TJ Spangler. What's up, TJ?
Mick Sklounskin.
Mick Sklounskin. What's going on, man? We are rested and we are ready to game. That's the title of this episode. And it has been quite some time since we've done a Second Opinion Podcast. As a lot of you guys know, I have been very busy. Actually, me and TJ both have been very busy. We both work 2 jobs.
He's about to be a dad,
I'm about
y'all.
to be a dad in just 4 weeks. I'm pretty excited.
He just bought a house.
Yeah, pretty much just bought a house. So
life is going by so fast.
It's crazy, man. And we're gonna be moving around, and actually, what's cool about the new house is that we're gonna have more space.
He's gonna have a really nice office.
I'm gonna have a nice office area. It's gonna be easier for me to create content and stuff. There's not gonna be kids screaming outside, acting like crazy people. So we're finally getting out of this apartment complex. I can't wait. But anyways,
such a beautiful house.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be so awesome for like gamer get-togethers.
Oh my
and stuff
god,
like that.
yes, and getting wasted and laying out in your backyard.
That's right, man. That's right. All right, so let's go ahead and get down into what have you been drinking, what have you been gaming. TJ, what have you been drinking?
Ziegenbock, dude. You already know.
You know how it is. All right, what about gaming-wise? What have you been gaming?
Man, oh my gosh. Well, most of Black Ops 3,
Yeah.
of course, but let's see, Black Ops 3, and I've been playing a new game that just came out. Why can I not think of the name?
Mafia 3.
Mafia 3. Oh my god, man. I'm like blanking. Yeah, Mafia 3. Oh my god, such a beautiful, well-created game. I mean, just all around, like without some of the vulgarity that's in Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
but along the same lines. Like you can steal cars, you can rob people, you can do things like that. But as far as like the storyline, it is gorgeous. I mean, oh my god, like this. I mean, it just blows you away how they go with everything. It's just beautiful. Man.
So, what are you going to be playing tonight, TJ?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, thanks to my boy
Mix Clowns.
Mix Clowns, who bought it for me.
Surprised TJ today. You know, he's been stressed out recently, and he's trying to change some stuff up. So I was like, you know what? My boy can't go without Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse.
I love Dragon Ball
2.
Man. Well,
So-
I'm just making some budget cuts so I can end up buying a house.
You know, he's running for president. You know, that's
Running for president.
Budget cuts is what we're going to be doing right now. No, I'm going to build a wall. I'm going to build a wall. It's going to be great. You know, people say I'm great. My company is great. You know, I don't need to prove anything. I'm great.
I
You're
use
great.
my own money. And then grab him by the blank. You know,
Right? It was like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. All right, so I just spit all over the screen. Anyway, so all right, so that's what he's been gaming. I have been.
Wait. Caleb, what have you been drinking? What have you been gaming?
All right, so drinking wise, I drank some Angry Orchards the other
I
night.
drank a whole 6-pack.
Whole
of
6-pack of
Orchards.
Angry Orchards.
I drank 4 Ziegenbocks and I was like,
Oh my
I gotta
God.
go home.
I'm sounding late. And right now I'm drinking Ziegenbock's Texas Amber, which is a great beer. Make sure to check it out. Fantastic. Gaming wise, I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been playing Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. I've been playing Infinite Warfare Beta. I've been playing Battlefield 1, which I was just able to get and play through. Also have been playing a few other little small games here and there. Coming up soon, we're going to be playing some other stuff, and that's where we're going to get into video games coming soon. Titanfall 2 is coming out October 28th.
next.
And then the title of all titles, Skyrim Special Edition.
Yes.
It's coming out October 28th. Me and TJ are very excited about it. We're huge Skyrim fans.
Stoked to death.
I cannot wait. So I've been playing Elder Scrolls Anthology on my PC, doing the console commands and stuff. Now, there's a few things that we're going to talk about later, why we're so excited about Skyrim Special Edition. There are mods available now for the PlayStation 4. There's only about 10 to 15 mods on PS4. There's 60-something mods on Xbox, and it is scaled back on PS4. But honestly, originally I already kind of got over the aspect of not having mods on the
So
PS4.
now we got like 16, so we're okay with
So
that.
we got 16. So I'm fine. I'm fine. There's like God armor. There's all different types of stuff.
I'm PlayStation all day.
I'm very excited, man. So also Blaze Blue Central Fiction is coming out November 1st. Super Dungeon Bros is coming out November 1st, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is coming out November 4th. And also launching the same day is Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer
Yes.
and story mode on Xbox. Story mode, if you pre-ordered it and paid off ahead of time on either PlayStation Network or at GameStop, you actually were able to get the story mode of Modern Warfare Remastered 30 days early. So
Yes.
I've already beat the story mode, so
Phenomenal.
now whenever the actual game comes out, I can just play the multiplayer and focus on what is really, really great. Now, the story mode was great, but I love
Sniper
the
mission,
multiplayer.
man.
I
mean,
love the
multiplayer is
multiplayer
awesome.
on that game.
Now, Call of Duty, if you're listening, y'all take a few years off of the series. Let it breathe a minute before you release something else.
Well, from what they're saying, next year there's a big possibility that the new Call of Duty is going to be set in Vietnam. So
Now that would be, oh man,
that would be nice. I would be excited about that.
I would be okay with it. Yeah, I mean,
I would be
as long
totally
as they
down.
show both sides of the story, like when you come home,
Yeah.
how America actually treated the
Look,
people.
let me say it like this. They have a lot to learn from Battlefield. They have a lot to
my
learn
God.
from EA and DICE. Now, I know the story mode, like the story itself, for Battlefield is not the best. The context of the story is kind of tries to be a little too serious at times. But I'm going to tell you this. That first mission that I played, that's a USB Type-C, bro. USB Type-C. It won't fit your phone. Sorry. I think there's another one in there. Anyway, so they're I've been thrown off now. I'm sorry. I saw him getting up to like charge his phone. I was like, "That's USB Type C." I have to tell.
What does that
TJ.
even mean? Like,
USB Type C is the newest USB port. It's like a faster USB port, and that was the one that was with the Note 7. And I had to turn my Note 7 back in. Thanks a lot, Samsung.
because it was a portable bomb.
Yeah, trying to blow my family up.
Don't take a Note 7 into an airport.
Yeah, a bunch of terrorists. Anyway, so like I said, well, I don't even remember what I was talking
You're
about.
talking
bro.
about
Battlefield. So, like that first section on Battlefield, what's really cool is that every time, like that first like 15, 20 minutes on the story, every time you die, it pops up and it shows your soldier's name and when he was born, when he died, and then you transfer it to another person.
whatever.
I swear, bro. And it was like it was surreal to me. I was like, man, think about this. How many people died in World War One, World War
What
Two?
if they were actually using real names?
No, that would be crazy.
That
man.
would be wild.
That would be crazy. But they really do need to take I think they really do need to take a page from Battlefield's book and EA's book, because Battlefield 1,
They've got to figure
I'm going to tell you
out,
right
bro.
now, it's one of the best games that EA's came out with.
I mean,
in a
they
long
literally
time.
have them beat with the maps. The maps are like
10 times as large, man.
as any Call of Duty map that's ever been created. I mean, we thought Array on Modern Warfare 2 was huge, and and come like when the Battlefield beta dropped, and you got to play on the desert map. Oh my God, man! If you ran from the farthest A to E,
Yeah.
it literally took you like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
to
especially
do it.
when you get into conquest mode, it takes forever to get across the map. It's huge, large scale maps, 32 versus 32, so it's really crazy. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get down into the stories we're going to be talking about tonight. Third-party Pro controllers are actually coming to PlayStation. What's crazy about this is that the third-party Pro controllers are being made by Razer and what is that? Nakin?
Where's it at?
Right here. Nacon?
Nacon.
Nakin.
It's like
Caleb is from
like-
Texas.
it's like
he doesn't know how to read.
bacon with a
Bacon, but it's naked. Anyway, so what's
Elite
PS4 controllers.
But it looks exactly like an Xbox.
Like the
One
one that
controller.
Razer is coming out with is called Razer Raju or whatever. It's an advanced customizable controller. Has 2 extra bumpers, 2 extra detachable triggers, built-in control panel on the front of your controller. Also has trigger stop switches and hair trigger mode for ultra fast trigger response. 2 customizable profiles. 3.55mm jack in the bottom, detachable analog rubber sticks, and compatible with all PlayStation 4 systems. Now, this one on the bottom from Knack and Revolution.
The biggest setback on all 3 of these is what, Caleb?
What?
They're all wired.
Oh yeah, they're all
That is
wired.
such a freaking killer for me.
Yeah,
I
they're
hate
totally wired.
And it said what? A
3.5 millimeter head jack.
No. It says a 3 meter long
USB cable. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Oh no. It says detachable for easy storage, but I guess it's not wireless at all.
So that's a killer for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Would you go back to a wired controller? Yeah, I didn't think so.
And this one has a 3. The one from Naked.
It's a secure connection. Why would they not make them wireless?
I don't know, man.
That's such a killer for everybody.
4.6 amplitude dual analog sticks on the Revolution. 4 extra shortcut buttons. 8-way directional pad. 4 customizable profiles. 2 internal compartments with 6 additional weights for balancing. There's no actual price on these yet, I don't think, but
They're wired. They should be cheap.
they're wired and it's weird.
Now, Now, explain this. What's going on with the new controllers while they have it?
Oh yeah, and they have. I clicked on something and TJ had seen this. The new PlayStation 4 controllers actually have the sensor bar or the light bar that's on the front. They have this one little line on the touchpad that you can actually see through. And basically what it is you can actually use this for gameplay purposes, like displaying your health bar. So like if you have your HUD completely turned off, yeah, because I don't think if you ever noticed it, but like if you play like Call of Duty or whatever,
it shows the health bar, huh?
it shows like it'll go from green to
red?
like yellow to red.
Shut up.
Yeah, so
PlayStation kicking Xbox One's ass again. Here we are.
So that's what it does, and I really like that a lot, because I like the fact that it would like change. You can completely turn your HUD off and you still know what your life is at. So
on hardcore mode, you already know.
On hardcore mode, so it's really awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? This is what we gotta do. But anyway, so yeah, they're weird third-party controllers.
I'm to be honest, I'm really as particular as PlayStation is allowing them into.
I think the reason why is because they see the popularity of the Xbox Elite controller. But if that was the case, why did they not just get like Mark Cerny, who helped design the PS4 originally? Why did they not just get him to help design a PS4 Pro controller? I mean, just design your own controller, make it to where it's like
It's almost lazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's almost like, hey, we'll hire these people to make one. If it's real shitty,
but the good thing about this is that Razer is a really good company.
They are, but why
they are literally like the Apple of like PC products. Okay. I think they're a fantastic company.
Now, even if it is wired to a certain extent, I mean,
I think people will buy the Razer one. I don't know about the.
I'm really unsure about that one. That one looks
the Nacon. I don't know about the Nacon Revolution.
The name really says no.
But yeah, and like the controller is like, it looks really weird.
It looks flat.
It looks really flat. It looks
really, like you would have to like scoop your hands in.
Yeah, it looks really boring. The good thing about the Razer one is that it
looks
like an Xbox controller.
And also, it's got the mute and the
it has
buttons.
it has the bottom little
kind of like what
analog
Xbox
setting, just like with Xbox. So that's a really cool thing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic at hand. We're kind of coming up on our time limit, but we're going to keep on pushing through. Bethesda no longer sending early review copies to media.
I'm glad about this.
Yes,
First off, people getting Skyrim remastered a month in advance is ridiculous.
Yeah. So they actually came out with a statement and said at Bethesda, or actually, you know what? I usually always read this stuff. I'm going to let TJ read this. So let me zoom in a little bit. This right here.
I got you. At Bethesda, we value media reviews. The post begins before going on to say that the company is now fully committed to a policy that it began with this year's Doom, when it did not send out review copies to the media until the day before release. At the time, Bethesda justified the delay by citing Doom's online components as the reason for the decision. All three elements are important parts of the complete Doom experience and are meant to be experienced as part of a complete package, the publisher told us. As Doom's snap map and multiplayer modes both require access to a server that won't be live prior to launch, review copies will arrive on launch day. However, Bethesda now says it will continue applying the policy to the upcoming releases of Dishonored 2 and Skyrim Special Edition, both single-player only games. Bethesda says the reason is behind the decision that We want everyone, including those in the media, to experience our games at the same time. Bethesda goes on to acknowledge that some gamers rely on reviews to help make their purchasing decisions, stating, "If that's the case, we encourage you to wait for your favorite reviewers to share their thoughts."
This article is actually sourced from Game Informer, so you can actually go check it out by Jeff over at Game Informer. But I like this policy, and a lot of you guys know over the years I've got a lot of review products from Bethesda.
Yes.
I have got multiple games. I did a review for Evil Within. I did a review for...
So this is coming from somebody that actually gets these games early.
Yeah,
So,
and I got Wolfenstein: The
Fallout
New Order.
4.
I got Fallout 4. I've had a lot of Bethesda products, and I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I got Fallout 4 2 weeks early, I
Yeah,
think,
it's
or about a week and
it was like 10 days or something.
yeah, it was like 10 days or 9 days early. And I
Awesome
flipped
review,
out. I
yeah.
totally freaked out. I was like, yes, oh my god. But I totally agree with their decision on this.
Because, well, think about it. They have to regulate everybody not saying anything. They have to hire people to constantly watch and make sure nothing's being leaked.
Well, this is another thing too, is that, yeah, like coming back to the whole thing about people not saying anything. Their games are not just, regular same old games.
Right.
These are games that have been
Extreme
made
launches.
for years.
Yeah.
For like Fallout, like the Elder Scrolls series, like Dishonored is now getting to the point of being one of those games that's going to fall along in that actual series.
Hall of
Like
Fame.
the Wolfenstein series as well, which it was a relaunch and stuff.
Right.
I'm glad that they're doing this, because it cuts it back to where any leaked information, and there are reviewers out there that will get this early and they will leak stuff. And it's a lot of times it's not intentional, but it happens.
It's a constant risk when you give people the game a month early. I mean, really a month early, and they're like, you can't release anything for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, really? You really think they're not gonna let something slip up?
Exactly. So, and this is another thing. There's a lot of gamers out there that are saying, well, how do we know they're not doing this because the games are going to be bad or whatever else? They said the same exact thing about Doom. A lot of gamers were like, well, they're doing this because the game's going to be bad. And it's a critically acclaimed game. It's one of the best games to launch at that time. And especially one of the best first-person shooters. So I'm really glad they're doing this. I'm very excited that they're doing this. And they finally came out and did say, this is what we're doing. This is what we plan on doing. We love you guys. We love our reviewers. We're still going to support you guys and YouTubers and Twitch live streamers and all this other stuff. But we want to release our games and be fair to everyone.
Right.
And we don't want to get any of our content actually leaked out before the game is announced.
The only thing that I would think that would hurt them is like the people who do get it early, their hype is like really high, and they're pumping everybody else up about it. They're like, oh my god, this beautiful game, y'all gotta play it. And then the hype gets really high, and then people get the game like 2 weeks after them, and they increase the hype. And then when the game finally comes out, I guess it would increase more copies that are sold, and the hype would continue until people get 2 or 3 weeks into the game. But I mean, sacrificing that, in all fairness for everybody, I think will win on their side.
Yeah,
think it's a good thing.
I agree. Good job, Bethesda. We love you guys very much.
Very much, man. Much love.
So next up, Red Dead Redemption announced coming next year, 2017. We're very excited. We can't wait.
Caleb calls me off his lunch. He's like, bro, check out your Twitter right now. I was like, what? And I was like, I got on Twitter and it was like Red Dead Redemption post. I was like,
So the new trailer launched, and it was a really big teaser trailer. And
which there's actually a lot of hate towards the graphics, by the way.
Which is ridiculous.
The motion of the dog, they were like,
Yeah.
that doesn't even look like a
It
dog.
looks like a doll.
I was
What's
like,
up, little doll dog?
a dull dog chasing squirrel laws.
Yeah,
dolls.
right. Exactly. No, so it's ridiculous. I mean, this is another thing that comes down
was
into
a
the
1
games
minute
industry.
trailer.
Yeah, it was
For
literally
real?
a
It's a minute and 30
1.6
seconds
minute
or something like that.
trailer.
Oh my god.
And it's crazy to me. It was
It's a
1
minute.
minute and 8 seconds. And it's crazy to me that they're going to be like, the game looks
Look at the
horrible.
God
I mean,
rays,
we're
dude.
looking
the God rays are beautiful.
It looks amazing.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
space.
I mean, it looks awesome, man.
I love
the scene with the mud, and it shows
the dog was
dog.
like pouncing or whatever.
Yeah,
They were like,
So-
look at the dog. Look at the dog.
I think it looks fantastic. I'm very excited. The good thing about it is that they have announced that there is going to be a completely revamped online mode. It's not going to be like Red Dead Redemption. It's going to be like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Although that was a really good. I mean, it was just like Grand
was.
Theft Auto Online.
It was, but I think this one is going to be a lot more in depth. So I'm very excited about it.
And they're continuing the story. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. And I think it's going to be a great jump for the company. So, last but not least, Skyrim is here, and here is why we're excited. Number one, mods.
Duh.
Obviously. Now, as we said earlier, the mods are not as in-depth
As we would like them to be.
as they are in Xbox. There's like 60 mods available already for Xbox. There's only like 15 available for PlayStation 4.
It's kind of like when you didn't expect somebody to bring you something or buy you something. And you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then they buy it, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, I mean, you're very appreciative for what you get. I mean, not saying that I wish we had 60-something mods, but I mean, 16, whatever. I would play the game with no mods. If
Yeah.
PlayStation still stood by their statement, we are not allowing mods on PlayStation, I'll be like, cool, whatever. Skyrim, I don't even care. if
Skyrim
there's
is
mods.
Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're getting 16 mods. I'm totally cool with that. And there may be some later.
And there are going to be more later. And what's cool is that the mods, there's one mod to where you know how you can build your house in Skyrim with that one
Right.
DLC.
Right.
There's one mod to where you can build it, like drop a chest next to you and it has unlimited amount of equipment for you to build your house. So you
Whatever.
just build as whatever house you
Well,
want
I've
to.
seen one, and it was like instead of starting out riding the carriage, you like talk to you start off in like some home, like a cave or something. And you meet some magical woman, and you talk to her, and she's like, "What would you like your future to be, young man?" And then you tell her, and like you're like, "I want to be a rich man in the West," and like you're a filthy ass rich man. You got like 40 horses outside, and you live in this big ass house, and that's how. But if you go to like Riverwood
Yeah.
or like where the dragon is, it completely starts the scene like where like the dragon comes down. You got to go talk to the king and all that. So it's a completely different way to play Skyrim.
Yeah.
That's
And I
sick,
know
man.
with like the PlayStation 4, they said the mods are going to only be able to consist of stuff that is actually in the game.
Right.
So I don't think they're going to be able to have any additional scripting
Oh, that would be
or
so
whatever.
cool.
But I'm totally fine with it. And actually, to give a big shout out to a friend of mine, Jenny. She is a current QuakeCon goer. She does a lot of stuff at Bethesda. She is an awesome woman. Just real quick, I want to talk about this. I remember in 2011 at PAX Prime in Seattle, me, Quinn Sullivan, and Jason, at the time we were working for ShiftedToYou.com, and we went to the Bethesda booth, and there was this huge dragon hanging over the Bethesda booth. And Rage was actually launching at the same time. So we had a schedule, and Skelly was like, well, I don't want to play Skyrim. So he goes over and plays Rage, which was a fantastic game, by the way. If you haven't played it, definitely play it. Way ahead of its time. But then me and Quinn sat down, and Jenny was like, hey, so you guys, y'all are ready to play Skyrim? We're like, yeah. So y'all are going to be able to play it for 2 hours straight. Your characters are completely leveled up. They have every weapon available in the game.
And that game was beautiful when it released.
I
mean-
so I already knew, I had seen the hype for this game. I already knew a lot about the game, but I was like, you know what? I played Oblivion like crazy. Let's see how this goes. And in the 2 hours of me and Quinn sitting right next to each other, starting in the same exact area, 2 hours later, we were in completely different sections of the map on completely different stories.
Right.
And that was just, it was shocking to me. It was so shocking to me. I remember talking about it on a podcast we had.
It would be so rare to start off at the same spot as somebody else.
We had Greg Miller from Kinda Funny Games. He was on the podcast with us, was CG as well, and DCD. And we had this really, really awesome podcast live on the show floor, which never recorded because of the internet connection, and it sucks. Yeah. So what was cool about it is that we all sat there and talked about it, and I remember bringing that up. I was like, we started in the same section, and we were in two completely different sections, two completely different characters, and two completely different stories.
And that's what's unique about Skyrim.
That's what's amazing about Skyrim.
It's like it's open world and open choice. Like
Yeah.
you can choose the character you want to be. You can choose how you want to start. You can choose what you want to do, magic warrior. I mean, you got everything is like choice based,
Yeah.
and everything you do, there's no definite story. You can do side missions the whole game.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. So another thing we're excited about, the updated graphics, obviously, it's completely
It's like
redone.
playing a whole nother game.
It's completely redone.
The God rays.
The God rays, the
In-depth
foliage, the lighting, the weather effects, the water, the depth of
You
view.
can see clouds. You can see clouds in the mountains.
You can
behind
actually
you.
see detailed clouds. That's what's crazy.
Right. It's not like you
It's
just
not
see
just
a
kinda
blob,
like- exactly,
a white
so-
blob. Yeah.
And we're really excited about that as well. And third, obviously, returning to Tamriel, because Tamriel is such a big.
So beautiful.
It's such a big part of our lives. You know, it's a huge part of our lives.
It took up
Choo
a few
choo.
years of mine.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox 360, man. That's
Yeah,
what it was
man.
at.
You know, and it's just, you know, what's crazy is that I always have everybody, like, I used to have arguments with Jason about this, of like comparing WoW to Elder Scrolls.
Oh, get off.
So, no, but you know, you used to play WoW.
I did.
And I can
did.
understand,
played
like, there's a
RuneScape.
lot of lore in the World of
Now,
Warcraft.
their graphics were like way ahead of their time.
Yeah, and
I mean,
now they even have even more updated graphics. But you know, it's just like Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls has been going on for years. I remember, you know, first time I ever played Arena, I was actually kind of creeped out playing it because, you know, you were in the first person mode and doing all that
Right,
stuff,
right.
and it was a great game. And
Well, like, you can't even put WoW and Elder Scrolls on the same playing field.
well, you could put like WoW and Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls
that would be a
One
good.
Tamriel.
Yeah.
you
Well, I mean,
know?
if you did that, then WoW would win every time. But,
Yeah.
But if it came down to like the gameplay and stuff like that with Elder Scrolls would win.
Yeah,
I mean,
because, well, you know, it's like now. It's like Elder Scrolls Tamriel 1 or 1 Tamriel just launched, and it doesn't matter your level. You're able to completely explore the entire universe.
Right.
Before, you know, it's just like in normal MMOs, you have to like level up to go to certain areas
Right.
and all that. Well, in this, you don't have to level up at all. If you're level 1, you're able to go to those things and they'll actually like scale to your level.
Right.
And it's a really cool thing that they actually added in. It's a lot more playability for people that haven't really played the game much because of that reason.
Right.
But like I said, you know, Tamriel has so much history with the dragons, with every character you've played from.
Well,
from
and this
Arena.
too, you know, WoW has like 10 extensions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Elder Scrolls didn't need 10 extensions to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
It was just the game in itself, and it kept us interested for 200 hours of nerd gameplay.
Exactly.
You know, when you would beat all the bosses and get all the new gear in WoW, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, what's next? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But in Elder Scrolls, you would find like 30 different hidden caves, or you would find 30 different pieces of enchanted armor.
And it's always been like that. It's been from like Arena to Daggerfall to Morrowind to Oblivion to Skyrim. And you know, I'm hoping, and I know that they're going to. I know they're going to make another one. Elder Scrolls 6. I know it's going to be just
Yes.
unbelievable. So
This is like something to keep us going until it comes out. I think it's going to drop in 2018.
I don't know, man. I think it's probably going to be like 2019, 2020.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking.
You got to think,
2018.
man. This is going to be a huge, expansive game for them. So, anyways, and fourth and last but not least, obviously, killing chickens in Riverwood.
How dare you kill that chicken?
I'm so excited about it.
Pay
so,
the fine.
Pay the fine. But anyways, that's the reason why we're excited for Skyrim. I know it's kind of stupid and crazy little reasons. We're just over here like fangirling out. So
We are big time.
we're definitely excited about it. But make sure to check us out at secondopinionpod.com for the latest and greatest gaming news, previews, and much more. Also, make sure to follow TJ at Don't You Ever 69. And it's exactly
What you think it
it
is.
It's been a long time since he said it.
Hell yeah.
And also make sure to follow me at S0LEB on Twitter. Follow Second Opinion Pro on Twitter as well. That's 2ND Opinion
Get us
Pro.
on Facebook too, man.
Get us on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook as well. So, guys, we really appreciate that. This is episode 173 of the Second Opinion Podcast. Peace out.
A-Town.